So, today class we are going to study about different phenomena associated with the nonlinear systems. So, here we are going to tell about these equilibrium points in case of conservative and non-conservative systems. Also some qualitative analysis what I told in the last class, I will elaborate on that, we will develop the potential well and discuss about the center, focus, saddle point, cause point and commonly observed nonlinear phenomena such as multiple resonance conditions, bifurcations and jump phenomena and other associated phenomena in nonlinear systems. So, last class we have seen 4 different type of equations. One is Duffing equation, which can be commonly derived from a spring mass damper system with by taking a spring mass damper system with nonlinear spring. So, let us take this system. So, this is a spring mass damper system, this is mass m, spring constant k, this is c. So, if the spring constant, if the spring is not linear spring or it is a nonlinear spring, then the equation motion for this system can be written in this form. So, for the mass we can have the inertia force, that is mx double dot, plus for the spring. So, we can have a linear part and a nonlinear part. Let us assume we have a cubic nonlinearity and a quadratic nonlinearity. So, in that case I can write this is equal to k1 x plus k2 x square plus k3 x cube, then plus this c x dot plus, or this will be equal to the external force, that is F sin omega t. So, in this mx double dot, that is the inertia force, and these are these 3 terms are the spring force and this is the damping force, which is equal to the external force. So, this equation is of Duffing type. So, I can write this equation in this form, x double dot plus omega n square x plus 2 zeta omega n x dot plus alpha x cube. I can add some other nonlinear term like beta x square will be equal to f epsilon f cos omega t. So, last class also we have studied about the scaling parameter and scaling parameter to order the nonlinear equation. Also we have studied about this van der Pol equation. So, in this case the forcing can be of this form. So, this is the inertia force, that is x double dot, and then this is the spring force and we have a nonlinear damping term here. So, this equation can be written x double dot plus, so in this case the equation can be written x double dot plus x equal to, so mu x dot minus, so this is mu x dot minus mu x dot into x square, mu x dot into x square. So, we have a nonlinear damping term here. So, I can take this term to left hand side and I can write this x double dot plus x minus mu x dot plus mu x dot x square equal to 0. So, we know, so we have a positive stiffness and we have the damping is negative, but the resultant force from this minus mu x dot and plus mu x dot x square, if this is positive, then the system will be stable, otherwise the system will be unstable. So, depending on the relative magnitude of, so which term is more, so we can have a stable or unstable response of the system. So, when this part is, this nonlinear part is more, so this x, that means the amplitude is more, then we can have a negative term here and so we will have a positive damping, overall positive damping in the system. Also when, but when this is small, this amplitude is small, then the damping term will be mu x dot and will have a negative damping. So, due to the presence of negative damping, the system will vibrate with high amplitude or the system will be unstable, and when this term is small, that is the amplitude is small. So, we have a positive damping and the system response will be stable or system will come to a equilibrium position. So, in this case for steady state we can have the steady state response. So, steady state response, for steady state response I can take this x dot and x double dot equal to 0. So, the steady state response will be x equal to 0. So, we can have a limit cycle near x equal to 0 in this case, because so when we are increasing the damping the system will be stable, and for less when we are increasing the amplitude the system is stable, and when the amplitude is less the system is unstable. So, there exists a response, that is the limit cycle for which the or there exists a limit cycle which exhibited by this type of system. Then we have studied about this Hill's equation and Matthew equation, or commonly this equation is known as Matthew-Hill equation. So, in case of Hill equation, this term Pt is coefficient of x, that is the response of the system, as this used as a parameter of the response of the system. That is why this is known as a parametrically excited system. And in case Pt equal to delta plus 2 epsilon cos 2t, that is we are taking a periodic function with 2t and this delta is a small parameter, then this equation is reduced to that of a Matthew equation. So, both these equations are for parametrically excited system. So, in case of Duffing equation, by taking this force equal to 0, so we can have this Duffing equation for a free vibrating system, and when you are considering the force, so this is the equation for a forced vibrating system. So, in this case instead of taking a single force one can take a number of force also. So, in that case the system will be subjected to multi frequency excitation. So, in this case we have a single excitation omega, but one can add some other terms like f2 cos this is omega 1 t. So, one can put this omega 2 t. So, in this case the system is subjected to a 2 frequency excitation. Similarly, one can go on adding the number of forces to have multi frequency excitation. So, in case of parametrically excited systems also one can add a number of forces to reduce this equation to Matthew Duffing type or Duffing Matthew equation. Similarly, in case of van der Pol equation also one can add this forcing term to add this forcing term and the nonlinear cubic nonlinear term or nonlinear terms to have a Duffing van der Pol equation. So, one can have a combination of equations taking this Duffing equation, van der Pol equation, Hill's equation and Matthew equations. So, let us take one example how we can order a nonlinear system. So, given a nonlinear differential equation, so we can use this scaling parameter and bookkeeping parameter to order these systems. So, to make the system of the same order, generally this nonlinear term already we have seen. So, this is the nonlinear. So, this part is the nonlinear term associated with this Duffing equation. So, generally this part is a small addition to the force, the spring force. So, if it is a small addition of the spring force, then by taking a linear, the solution of a linear system, we can find the equation or the solution for this nonlinear system. But if this term is large, so we cannot take this linear system or we cannot use the linear part of the solution to find the resulting solution of the system. So, for that reason, so we should first know how to order these terms. So, to make this term and to make the nonlinear term of the same order or the forcing term of the same order or the damping term of the same order. So, we can use the scaling parameter and sometimes we have to use this bookkeeping parameter also to order the equation. So, let us take one example. So, in this case let x double dot, let us take a single. So, x double dot, let this is 10 x plus 100 x q equal to 0. In this case, if I will take x equal to, let me take x equal to 10 y. So, this equation will be reduced to, so 10 y double dot plus 10 into 10 y plus 100 into, so this is 10 y cube. So, this is equal to 0, or this equation will becomes 10 y double dot plus, so this becomes 100 y plus, so this is 10 to the power 3 and 2. So, 10 to the power 5 y. So, this is equal to 0. So, or y double dot plus 10 y plus 10 to the power 4 y cube. So, this is equal to 0. So, by taking x equal to 10 y using the scaling factor of 10. So, then in this case you have observed that this coefficient has increased, but if I will take a term, let I am taking a term, this is equal to 0.1 y, x equal to 0.1 y. So, in this case my equation will reduce to, so this is 0.1 y double dot. So, this is 10 into 0.1 y plus 100 into 0.1 y cube. This is equal to 0, or this is 0.1 y double dot plus, so this becomes y and this term becomes, so this is 1000, 1 by 1000, this is 100. So, this becomes 0.1 y cube. So, this is equal to 0, or I can write this equation in this form. So, if I will divide this 0.1 everywhere, then this equation reduces to y double dot plus 10 y plus y cube equal to 0. So, if you compare this equation with the original equation, you can see the coefficient of this nonlinear term is a small. So, coefficient of nonlinear term is 1, while the coefficient of the linear part, that is the spring stiffness, that is equal to 10. So, 1 is 10 times less than this 10. So, in this way, by using proper scaling parameter, so here we have used a scaling parameter of 0.1. So, by using a proper scaling parameter, we can scale down the, or we can rewrite the equation motion in a different form. Now, to make this term and this term of the same order, so I can use one bookkeeping parameter. So, I can use some bookkeeping parameter. So, in this case, let us take one more example. So, this is 10 x dot plus 100 x plus, let us take 5. Okay. So, this is, so in this case 500 is k. So, this is c and this is our m and this is alpha and this is the forcing term. So, if I will take, let me take x equal to 0.1 y. So, if I will take x equal to 0.1 y, so this equation will reduce to, so it will be 10 into 0.1 y double dot plus 100 into 0.1 y dot plus 500 into 0.1 y plus 1000 into 1 by 1000. So, 0.1 cube will be equal to 1 by 1000 y cube. So, this will be equal to 100 sin omega t. Let us take, okay, so omega t. So, now this becomes y double dot plus, so this reduce the damping term. So, 10 y dot plus here the stiffness term is also reduced. So, from 500 it becomes 50 y plus this, you can check that this nonlinear term has reduced a large amount. So, this becomes y cube only. So, the coefficient is 1 now and this becomes equal to 100 sin omega t. So, we have reduced the coefficient of the nonlinear term by using the scaling parameter x equal to point y. Similarly, by taking suitable value, instead of taking 0.1, one can take a different value, so that these coefficients can be comparable. So, generally the damping term is very small. So, we should require the coefficient of this damping term should be smaller than the coefficient of this stiffness term. Similarly, the coefficient of the nonlinear stiffness term should be very less than that of the stiffness term. So, let us see how to use. So, now we have seen the use of scaling parameter. So, we have taken in both the cases, we have taken x equal to, we have taken a term x equal to 0.1 y and we have found the equation. But in this case we have seen that the forcing term is unchanged by using that expression. So, let us take the equation what we have obtained, or let us take another equation. So, this is x double dot plus x plus, let it is 0.1 x dot plus 0.1 x q equal to 0. So, now by using a bookkeeping parameter epsilon, so which is very less than 1. So, we can order this equation and make the coefficient of all the terms of the same order. So, if I will take a term, let epsilon equal to 0.1. So, if epsilon is taken to be 0.1 in this equation, so this equation will reduce to x double dot plus x. So, for this term I can write this equal to epsilon x dot plus, so for this also I can write this epsilon x q equal to 0. So, by using this bookkeeping parameter epsilon, so the coefficient of x q is 1 now. So, here also it is 1, which is equal to the coefficient of x. So, by using this bookkeeping parameter, so we can make the coefficient of the nonlinear terms of the same order as that of the stiffness term. So, this is required when we want to find the solution of the nonlinear system by using that of the linear system. So, in this case one should note that this bookkeeping parameter epsilon is very less than 1. But while taking this bookkeeping parameter, one can make some convergence study, that is by varying this epsilon and checking the response. So, one can study, so for what value of epsilon there is no appreciable change in the response of the system. So, one should not take these parameters arbitrarily, otherwise the resulting response will be different than the required response. So, in all these type of nonlinear systems, we can obtain different type of response of the system. So, one type of response is the fixed point response, one is the fixed point response, the second one is the periodic response, third one is the quasi periodic response, and the fourth one is the chaotic response. So, today we will use some program to find these different types of response. So, in case of all these systems, so one can do a qualitative analysis, or one can go for the approximate solution to find the response of the system. So, last class briefly we have studied about this qualitative analysis by using this potential well method. So, we have determined the potential well. So, we have determined the potential well, or we have developed the potential function, and from this potential function one can study the phase portrait or the flow of the system. So, let us take the conservative system. So, in case of conservative system, our equation is in this form, u double dot plus f u equal to 0. So, in this case, by multiplying u dot, one can write this equation in this form, u double dot into u dot plus f u into u dot equal to 0, and now by integrating, so one can find, so u double dot dt plus f u dot dt. So, this will be equal to a constant h, and this is nothing but the kinetic energy, that is it is equal to half u dot square. So, plus, so this is f u. So, this is the potential function and this is the total energy of the system. So, this is kinetic energy of the system, this is potential energy of the system, and this is total energy of the system. So, for a given total energy of the system, one can find the relation between u and u dot. By plotting this u versus u dot, one can obtain the phase portrait of the system. So, here a MATLAB program is given for finding the periodic, quasi-periodic and chaotic response. So, for example, let us take y 1 equal to 5 cos omega n t. So, here omega n is taken to be 2. So, its velocity will be, by differentiating that thing, one can find the velocity, that is equal to minus 5 omega n into sin omega n t. So, by plotting, so one can see the plot, and later also we can show this plot by running this program. So, this is for y equal to 5 cos 2 t. So, by taking y equal to 5 cos 2 t, so one can find the response, and the corresponding phase portrait one can obtain as a closed curve. So, now by taking two periodic, so that is if y equal to 5 cos 2 t plus cos 4 t. So, if one take y equal to 5 cos 2 t and cos 4 t, then this y dot will be equal to 5 into minus this 2 sin 2 t and minus 4 sin 4 t. So, one can have a period. So, one can find the period of this, time period of this, and it shows the response to be periodic. And in case of a phase portrait, due to the presence of these two frequency, one can find two loops. So, one loop correspond to this frequency 2 and other loop correspond to the frequency 4. So, now by taking a different amplitude, so in this case we have taken the amplitude to be same for both this term. So, if one take a different amplitude, so let the rest, so this is plotted for y equal to 5 cos 2 t plus 10 cos 4 t. So, if one plot this for 5 cos 2 t plus 10 cos 4 t, so in that case the amplitude are different, and one can clearly observe the two frequency response of the system. So, in this case one can clearly observe also two loops in the phase portrait. So, in case of a periodic response, one can observe that the ratio of this frequency, that is this omega 2 by omega 1, this is 4 by 2. So, they are integer numbers, but in case of a quasi periodic response, the ratio between these frequencies are irrational number. So, one can take y equal to, so in this case y equal to 5 cos 2 t plus 10 cos 2 root 2 t or root 3. So, in this case it is taken to be root 3 t. So, this 2 root 3 by 2. So, this is root 3, clearly root 3 is an irrational number. So, by using irrational number you can see the response is not periodic, it looks aperiodic, approximately periodic, it looks approximately periodic, but actually this is not periodic response. So, if one plot the phase portrait, so one can observe that phase portrait is not similar to that in case of a periodic response. So, in this case for 2 periodic response you can have 2 loops, in case of a 4 periodic response one can have 4 loops, but in case of a quasi periodic response when the ratio are irrational number, that is this is 2 root 3 t by 2, this is root 3, or if one take this is 4 root 3 by 2, then it will be 2 root 3. So, if these ratio are irrational number, then the response will be aperiodic or quasi periodic and the corresponding phase portrait will be a torus. Now, one can consider a period doubling root 2 chaos, or one can take the response y equal to, let me take this way. So, 5 into cos 2t plus cos 4t plus cos 8t plus cos 16t and plus cos 32t. So, you just see I have taken the period, first period is, so this frequency is 2, then it is 4, next it is 8, then 16 and then 32. I have double the period in this case. So, by doing or by taking a response in which I have taken the frequencies in this way, then the corresponding response you can see this is neither periodic nor quasi periodic nor it is a fixed point response. The resulting response is chaotic response. So, the phase portrait for the corresponding chaotic response is shown here. So, this is the phase portrait of the corresponding chaotic response. So, you can find the response by writing a small MATLAB program which is written here. So, you can use this subplot command to divide the screen into different regions. So, for example, this subplot 2 to 1 means, so you have divided the window into 4 parts. So, this is number of rows, number of columns. So, you have divided into 4 parts. So, 2 rows and 2 columns, and then you are plotting each plot at a particular position. So, for example, you have taken this 5 cos omega n t. So, time response of this 5 cos n omega t at this position. So, this 2 to 1, then you have plotted the second one at this position, that is 2 to 2. So, this is the phase portrait. Similarly, you have plotted the time response for the 2 periodic response at 2 to 3. So, this is 2 to 3 position, and finally, the phase portrait corresponding to this 2 periodic response at this. So, by using the subplot command, so you can plot different subplots at different position in a single figure. So, for the figure 1, so this is for figure 1. So, in case of figure 1, I have plotted 4 sub figures, so which are shown here. So, these are the 4 subplots plotted here. Similarly, in this case, so you have 4 subplots, but the third one I have taken only 2 plots. So, there I have used this command. So, you can see this command for subplot here. So, in the third case, that is in figure 3, for the chaotic response, you can find for the, okay, so for the chaotic response, let us see, okay, it is not there. So, for the chaotic response, you can divide the subplot into 2 parts. So, one will be, so in the subplot you can write it, okay, 2 to 1. So, the whole screen is divided into 2 row and 1 column. So, in the first row, that is 2 to 1. So, the chaotic response is plotted here. and the time response is plotted here and the phase portrait is plotted here. So, phase portrait can be plotted by using the displacements and the velocity, and the time response is displacement versus the time. So, in this way, by using different response, you can plot periodic, 2 periodic, 4 periodic, 3 periodic or a number of periodic response, then quasi periodic response and chaotic response. So, in case of periodic, so you may have, let this equation is y equal to 5 cos 2t plus 10 cos 4t. So, in this case, so you have one period. So, you know, so your omega 1 equal to 2 and omega 2 equal to 4. So, omega 1 equal to 2 pi by t1. So, this becomes 2 and omega 2 that is equal to 4. So, omega 2 equal to 2 pi by t2. So, this is equal to 4. So, this implies this t1 equal to 2 pi by 2. So, this is equal to pi and t2 equal to 2 pi by 4. So, this is equal to pi by 2. So, you can observe in case of a 2 periodic response. So, the period is pi by 2 here and this is pi. So, the lowest period is pi by 2, as I have taken the amplitude to be 5. So, in this case you can observe, you just see. So, this is pi by 2. So, you can have the period, the repetition at pi by 2 interval, but in this case you can see the response to be 2t. So, the time period equal to 2 pi by 2, that is pi. And in case of a quasi periodic response, so it is written in this form 5 cos, let it is 2t plus cos, I can take a irrational number root 2, root 5, root 3, where the where the division between this and this, that is omega 2, this is omega 1. So, omega 2 by omega 1 should be irrational number. So, if it is irrational number, then we will get quasi periodic or aperiodic response of the system. So, last class we have seen about this potential well for the conservative system. So, in this case the equation is written in this form, and we have seen that this kinetic energy plus potential energy plus this or will be equal to the total energy of the system. So, let us take the potential well. So, for the spring mass system we have plotted this thing. So, let us take, so here more different examples have been shown. So, let us draw one more potential well and see how it will behave in this phase portrait. So, this is Fu and this is U. So, let us extend this thing and plot the corresponding phase portrait. So, for example, in this case x double dot plus x minus 0.1 x q. So, we have the equilibrium position. So, x double dot plus x minus 0.1 x q equal to 0. So, the equilibrium position will be found by putting this x double dot equal to 0. So, x minus 0.1 x q equal to 0, or I can take this x common. So, this is 1 minus 0.1 x square, this is equal to 0, or x equal to 0, this is one solution, and the other solutions are 1 equal to 0.1 x square or x square equal to 10. So, this gives x equal to plus minus 3.1627. So, or x equal to root plus minus, or this is plus minus root 10. So, for x equal to plus minus root 10, we can have the equilibrium position. So, these are the 3 equilibrium position we can obtain from this equation. So, x equal to 0 is known as the trivial solution, and x equal to plus minus this. So, these are the non-trivial solution of the system. So, in the last class we have seen corresponding to these positions. So, we can have different type of equilibrium position, equilibrium solution. So, for example, let us take the response, or let us take the total potential, total energy. Let us take the total energy of the system. So, this is H1 and this is H2. Then we can take H3, this is H4, and we can take higher values also. So, in this case I can divide this zone. So, when this kinetic energy, that is half u dot square plus this Fu. So, our equation is this. So, this is the potential function, this is the kinetic energy, and this is the total energy. So, the system will, or I can write this u dot equal to 2 into h minus Fu root over. So, in this case we will have a positive solution, or this u dot will be feasible if this h is greater than Fu, that is the total energy of the system. If it is greater than the potential function, then only the system will have a oscillation, otherwise the system will not oscillate, or system will not vibrate, or the velocity will be 0. The system will have a velocity 0, or this term will be imaginary 2 into root over. So, if this part is negative, then the square root of this will be imaginary quantity. So, the velocity will be an imaginary number. So, we can have the solution or u dot only when this term is positive. So, for example, for H1, so when you are taking H1 term, so let me extend this part. So, in this case this H1 is greater than the, so this is this function, this is the potential function. So, H1 is greater than this Fu. So, for this region, so you can have two values of, so for this region you can have two values of u dot, and for this position, so corresponding to this position when H1 equal to Fu, so this term becomes 0. So, corresponding to this, so this term becomes 0. So, u dot will be 0. So, at this position u dot equal to 0, but before that one can have two values of u dot. So, one can have two values of u dot. So, in this way one can plot this. Similarly, here for this part also, this it is greater than this H1 is greater than this Fu. So, one can have a response. Similarly, by taking this H2, so up to this, so the system will have a response like this. Here also up to this point, the system will have a response like this. So, at this position the velocity is 0, u dot equal to 0, but any other position. So, corresponding to any other point, let this point or this point, as Fu is less than H2. So, it will have two value of u dot. So, we are plotting u dot versus u here, and now for H3, similarly for H3. So, you see, so up to this. So, one can plot this. Corresponding to this point, so for H1 corresponding to this point, so this is 0. So, u dot equal to 0, but for H2, so when you are taking this line H2, so this curve is within this, H2 is greater than this Fu. So, as H2 is greater than Fu, so one can have a periodic response here. But at this point or this point, so one can take the response to be so one can observe a separatrix. So, in all these cases, so corresponding to this point, so the flows get separated here. So, one can observe the flow get separated. So, you can have a pair of response. So, 2 coming out and 2 going inside this thing, and similarly one can have a separatrix corresponding to this position also. So, the corresponding response has been plotted. So, in this way you can observe that there are two separatrix corresponding to the maximum potential energy, and one has a center corresponding to the equilibrium position, that is the minimum potential energy. So, these potential wells have been plotted here. So, we have, so these are the potential well corresponding to different values of H. So, this S refers to this saddle point, or this is the separatrix. So, these are the 4 separatrix and S is the saddle point. So, the saddle point is near the saddle point, the response is unstable, and near this center. So, this point the response of the system is stable. So, the system has a stable response near this point, but the system has a unstable response near the saddle points. One can plot. So, here one can observe that this is plotted for x minus 0.1 x q equal to 0. So, if one take this negative stiffness, so in case one takes, so okay, the same thing is plotted here in a. So, this is the potential function and the corresponding phase portrait is shown here. So, corresponding to different values of H. So, these curves have been plotted. So, for example, in this case, so this to this point H is greater than this F. So, it will have two values of solution, but corresponding to this point, that is the peak point. So, it will have a separatrix. Similarly, corresponding to this point, so this is a center, and corresponding to the maximum value here. So, you can have a clear separatrix here. If one take a negative stiffness, so in that case one can observe that the previous center point becomes unstable, that it becomes a separatrix, and these 2 points one should have the center. So, one will have center in between. So, here also corresponding to these one will have. So, one will have periodic responses in between these separatrix. So, between this point and this point. So, you have periodic response corresponding to the center, and here you will have a unstable or a response which will grow with time. So, let us see some other examples also. So, in this case we have taken x double dot minus x equal to 0. So, already I told the response to be. So, in this case the response will exponentially grow, and this correspond to a saddle point. And in this case x double dot plus x equal to 0. So, in this case the response will converge to this point. So, whether you are starting from this initial point or this initial point or this initial point. So, it will spiral to come to this equilibrium position. So, here the equilibrium position is x equal to 0. So, by substituting x dot equal to 0 and x double dot equal to 0, the response is x equal to 0. So, this is a stable spiral in this case. So, this is similar to that of a undamped single degree of freedom system. So, its solution equal to x capital X equal to x 0 sin omega n t plus phi. So, taking this initial condition one can find x 0 and phi, and this shows the center, and one can take for a damped system. So, here the coefficient is 1 and here the coefficient is increased. So, one has the damping is more. So, if the damping is more, so in that case, so this become a stable node. So, this is stable spiral, the coefficient, you just note the coefficient here, and this is a stable node. So, one can use to find the response of the system. For this case, let you have this equation m x double dot plus k x plus c x dot plus alpha x q equal to 0. So, to find the response of the system differential equation, one may use this classical Runge-Kutta method or RK4 method, commonly known as RK4 method. So, this method is developed around 1900 by German mathematician C. Runge and M. W. Kutta for solving the differential equation numerically. So, one can use this RK4 method in MATLAB. So, you have the subroutine ODE 15, ODE 45. So, one can commonly use this ODE 45 to solve the equation of this form. So, by using this RK4 method, one can find the response of the system when it is given in this temporal form. But in that case, one will get the response corresponding to a particular initial condition. So, by changing the initial condition, one may have different response of the system. For example, in the case what we have studied just now, so one have 3 equilibrium solutions. So, to study different equilibrium solution, so one can plot the basin of attraction. So, one can plot the basin of attraction. So, this basin of attraction can be plotted by different method. So, here is simpler method is depicted. So, one can take, so this is theta versus theta dot, or so for a simple pendulum, if you want to, so let for a simple pendulum you want to plot the phase portrait. So, for the simple pendulum, so it is known that the equation will be in this form. So, theta double dot plus omega n square sin theta. So, this is equal to 0. So, for small value of theta, so it will be theta double dot plus omega n square theta equal to 0, where omega n square equal to root omega n square equal to g by L. So, for small value of theta, this becomes sin theta becomes theta, and equation reduces to this form theta double dot plus omega n square theta equal to 0, but for large value of theta one can expand the sin theta term to have a nonlinear equation. So, in that case, to plot the phase portrait, so we can use this Runge-Kutta method, and in that case one requires different initial conditions. So, to find the initial condition, one can make a grid like this and take the initial points, initial condition, take different initial conditions, and taking these initial conditions one can plot the response. So, as you have seen, so there are 3 equilibrium position. So, from these initial conditions, so the trajectory one can find the trajectory which is leading to these 3 different equilibrium position and can plot the basin of attraction. So, there are different reliable methods for obtaining the exact solution of nonlinear differential equation. So, some of these methods are the inverse scattering transform, the Hirota linear method, the Backlund transformation, the homogeneous balance method, the exponential function method, the Jacobi elliptic function expansion method, the F type F expansion method, the auxiliary equation method, the tan H method, and the simplest equation method. So, there are one can use this type of or these reliable methods to solve the or find the exact solution of the differential equation. But in this course we are going to study about the approximate methods and some numerical methods to find the solution of the differential equation, nonlinear differential equation. So, to find the approximate solution, one can first use the straightforward expansion method. So, in straightforward expansion, by taking some approximate function, one can find the solution of the system. Later we can see that these are the straightforward expansion give rise to erroneous result. So, one can use the other types of method. So, one can go for this harmonic balance method, linked state Poincare method, modified averaging method, method of multiple scales, intrinsic harmonic balance method, generalized harmonic balance method, multiple time scale harmonic balance method, modified linked state Poincare method. Also one can use this normal form method also, normal form method or center manifold method can be used to find the solution of the nonlinear equation of a particular system. So, these are the books one can refer. So, Nafe and Mook nonlinear oscillation, Nafe and Balchandran applied nonlinear dynamics, then Hussein Lin. So, they have developed this intrinsic multiple time scale harmonic balance method, then Wu developed this generalized harmonic balance method, Wu and Chen developed multiple time scale harmonic balance, then Lau, Chung and Yu intrinsic harmonic balance method with multiple time scale, and Chen and Chung modified linked state Poincare method. Also one can find a book by Nafe on this nonlinear normal form method. So, these are some of the references for different type of exact solution method, that is evolution method, nonlinear evolution equation and inverse scattering, then this Hirota method. So, what we have seen, and this Backlund transformation method and other types of exact solution methods. So, these are some other references one can study to find the exact solution of the nonlinear equation. Here some exercise problems are given. So, using the scaling parameter and bookkeeping parameter, you have to rewrite these equations, so that it can appear as a, so that the coefficient of the nonlinear term will be a small term that should be comparable with the coefficient of u term. So, write the scale, use the scaling parameter and bookkeeping parameter to rewrite these equations. So, here 5 equations have been given. So, this is that of a free vibration doping type. Similarly, this is also a free vibration of doping type. So, here, so you have a hard spring, here you have a soft spring. So, in this case damping is added to the system and you have a quadratic nonlinear term, and in this case the stiffness parameter is negative, and so this case is for a parametrically excited system, as this periodic term is function of u. So, in all these cases, so using scaling parameter and bookkeeping parameter, you rewrite these equations. And also you can take these two different problems. So, find the equilibrium points in case of a simple pendulum with viscous damping. So, how the equilibrium points differ when damping is not considered in the system. Also, you may plot the basin of attraction by taking different initial points using. So, you may use RK4 method to find the solution. Similarly, you write a program to plot the time response, phase portrait, Poincare section for a spring mass damper system. Take suitable numerical value to show the response for undamped, then underdamped, critically damped and overdamped system. So, initially you plot for a linear system, then take a soft spring and find the response, and then take a hard spring and find the response of the system. So, next class we are going to study, or we want to develop the differential equation for different type of structural, biological or other type of nonlinear systems.